The arrest of 24-year-old Najibullah Zazi in Denver last week has sparked an urgent search for a group of at least 9 to 12 additional suspects. The FBI says Zazi and the others were plotting to detonate bombs aboard New York City trains. Attorney General Eric Holder says authorities are working around the clock investigating the bomb plot. Holder says agents feel there is no imminent threat of an attack, but he urged Americans to be vigilant and report any suspicions to police. Counterterrorism analyst Richard Clark.
NYPD and the FBI are still actively hunting down the bombs and the bomb-making facility. They believe there's a garage, a warehouse somewhere where the bomb parts are still being stored.
Mr. Zazi, do you have anything to say?
Zazi was indicted in New York Thursday on charges of plotting to detonate bombs. He will be brought to New York to face the new and more serious charges. Investigators say Zazi has links to al-Qaida, and they're urgently hunting for others involved in the alleged terror plot, pursuing leads in the United States, Pakistan, and elsewhere. Jenna Baker McNeil, a domestic security expert for the Heritage Foundation in Washington, says the al-Qaida terror network has not given up on trying to stage attacks on U.S. soil.
We've foiled over 23 terrorist attacks since 9/11. Our law enforcement authorities have, and I think that demonstrates that the threat never has diminished.
Authorities say they know little about what Zazi might have been planning, but they found bomb-making instructions on his laptop computer and videos of New York's Grand Central train station. He also had allegedly been studying the layout of New York City's football and baseball stadiums. The government's Homeland Security Department has sent bulletins to police around the U.S. warning that terrorists may try to attack sports stadiums, entertainment complexes, or hotels. Extra security patrols are in effect, especially on subway systems, but authorities say they have no specific information about timing or targets.
We're going to have to get everybody off the train, all right?
Analyst McNeil says so-called terrorist sleeper cells are a big worry for U.S. law enforcement agencies.
They kind of provide an organizational structure for terrorist groups, but aren't necessarily actively working on a plot.
Zazi, a native of Afghanistan, his father, and the prominent leader of a New York City mosque have been the only people taken into custody so far. All three have denied any involvement in the terror plot. There is speculation that the New York City police, acting on their own, may have inadvertently disclosed that Zazi was under surveillance and that this forced the FBI to arrest him sooner before its investigation was complete. Attorney Ron Kuby represents the jail mosque leader who reportedly tipped off Zazi that the police were on to him.
It was the FBI itself, through its own conduct, that tipped off Najibullah Zazi that he was under investigation. They blew their own investigation, and now they're trying to blame my client.
Jenna Baker McNeil says some previous counterterrorism investigations have been compromised because of a lack of communication among law enforcement agencies.
Well, there's always going to be a tension there between stopping terrorism in its very, very earliest stages, and then also, surveillance and things like that that can help.
The FBI will not comment on specifics of its investigation or say what led to the arrest of Zazi and the others. Agents say their focus now is on who else might have been part of the alleged terror plot. Chris Simkins, VOA News, Washington.